Hi, guys, how are you? Belated Eid Mubarak. I hope you had a great weekend. Today we're going to delve into the Surah Ghafir, where Allah has ordered all of the humanity to follow His path, the right path, and and also this surah um, gives us a background of what is the difference in the viewpoint of believers and disbelievers and what makes them different from each other. So I was going through them this surah, and in this it is chapter number 40, Surah Ghafir, verse number 34. And Joseph had already come to you before with clear proofs, but you remained in doubt of that which he brought to you, until when he died, you said, never will Allah send a messenger after him. Thus does Allah leave astray he who is a transgressor and skeptic. So next verse. Those who dispute concerning the signs of Allah without an authority having come to them, great is hatred of them in the sight of Allah and in the sight of those who have believed. Thus does Allah seal over every heart belonging to an arrogant tyrant. So again, Allah is establishing what position a tyrant and a disbeliever holds in his view. So if people who were disbelievers, they were hating on Allah's messenger, Allah has, astaghfirullah, told us that his hatred and the hatred from the disbelievers is a lot higher, because the end game, the end punishment is a lot bigger. So the next verse, which is verse number 36, goes back to the viewpoint of the disbelievers. And Pharaoh said, O Haman, construct for me a tower that I might reach the ways into the heaven, so that I may look at the deity of Moses. But indeed, I think he is a liar. And thus was made attractive to Pharaoh the evil of his deed, and he was averted from the right way, and the plan of Pharaoh was not except in ruin. And he who believed said, O my people, follow me. I will guide you to the way, the right conduct. So first, the tyrant, the Pharaoh, he is showing his arrogance, which is again the primary characteristic of the Satan, right from his days as Iblis, when he refused to bow down in front of Adam. So the Pharaoh asked Haman to build a tower so he can reach to Allah. Most likely it's the Egyptian pyramids. The top of the pyramid might be that tower. Wallahu alam. He goes on to say, then Moses, or the people who have believed, they said, O my people, follow me, I will guide you to the right way of the right conduct. O my people, this worldly life is only temporary enjoyment, and indeed the hereafter, that is the home of permanent settlement. Whoever does an evil deed will not be recompensed except by the like thereof. But whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while he is a believer, those will enter paradise, being given provision therein without account. And O my people, how is it that I invite you to salvation while you invite me to the fire? You invite me to disbelieve in Allah and associate with Him, that of which I have no knowledge, and I invite you to the exalted in might, the perpetual forgiver. Assuredly, that to which you invite me has no response to a supplication in this world or in the hereafter. Indeed, our return is to Allah. Indeed, the transgressors will be the companions of fire. And you will remember what I now say to you, and I entrust my fear to Allah. Indeed, Allah is seeing of His servant. So Allah protected him from the evils they plotted, and the people of Pharaoh were enveloped by the worst of punishment. So this is the story of Moses, where you can clearly see that despite the might of Pharaoh and his amazing nation in Egypt, the the pyramids and the mighty civilization which they had created, uh, just because they were fallen into tyranny, and they could not um, understand, or I would say they were blinded by their own arrogance, um, to understand the message that Moses was giving, to not associate any other beings or any other creation, or even um, the mere idols to Allah, and consider Him the only, the Almighty, the Creator. Um, but since they did not follow it, they were fallen to the worst of punishment. So next verse number 46, the fire they were exposed to it morning and evening, and the day of the hour appears, it will be said, make the people of Pharaoh enter the severest punishment. Astaghfirullah. So as you can see, these people, astaghfirullah, they will be subjected to a lot of punishment for their tyranny. And mention when they will argue within the fire, and the weak will say to those who had been arrogant, indeed we were only your followers, so will you relieve us of a share of the fire? Those who had been arrogant will say, indeed all of us are in it now. Indeed Allah has judged between the servants. And those in the fire will say to the keeper of hell, supplicate your Lord to lighten for us our day from punishment. So once they will be put into the fire, these followers of Pharaoh and the disbelievers in that nation, they will try to negotiate through Moses or a believer to lighten the punishment a little bit. So the next verse is, they will say, did they not come to you, your messengers, with clear proofs? They will say, yes. They will reply, then supplicate yourself. But the supplication of the disbelievers is not except in error, that is futility. So the verse number 50 is telling us that now it's too late. Like you had the chance, you had the messenger come to you, and he tried to explain to you everything, but you did not supplicate to Allah. So this is one of the more tougher verses, and an eye-opener for us.